Hello everyone, thank you for tuning in to this live session. So it is 1:30 p.m. It's the 14th of June 2024. We're a Friday right now. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to start on the dollar index and we'll work our way through. We'll go through GJ, GU, EU, and we'll go through gold, silver as well. We'll get onto USD CAD if we get time. So starting on dollar index, you can see price has moved very, very nicely away from the areas which were drawn on last week. So this was actually last week here. So this is last Friday's candle. You can see at the bottom of the screen right there. So Friday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, push up. Okay. So what we've now done is confirmed the bullish 4-hour internal structure right there, because we've then closed above this high right now. So now this is our higher low. So having that bearish structure from the high, low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Price then had that expansion to the upside, closing above this most recent structure point right there, giving us the first sign that price wants to go bullish. Price then left this daily candle right at the bottom, so this bearish candle before the bullish move, otherwise known as an order block or a demand. Doesn't really matter what you call it. The price action is the price action. Anyway, it left that bearish candle before the bullish move, which is what price used to retest and then continue to the upside. So what I've got marked on right there is more or less just a area for a catalyst for a pullback. Just a 4-hour supply. I do see it continuing higher though to at least here. We've got 4-hour imbalance up here along with the liquidity POI that we spoke about in yesterday's live session. Okay, so with the dollar being bullish, that's obviously bringing down GU, EU, and it's obviously made USD CAD continue higher as well, which we'll get into. So that's pretty much it for the dollar. I'd like to see that area to be reached. If we can continue above there, that would be very nice, because looking at the daily, if we remember, this is daily structure. We've got the low, high, higher low, higher high, higher low potentially, to then form another higher high. These highs right here could be vulnerable given the fact they're relative equal highs. All right, so in other words, liquidity, same thing there as well. Okay, so moving on to pound yen. So pound yen is pulling back quite significantly, I would say, in today's candle. You can see that we've had 3 spikes to the high, spiking through this resistance. 1, 2, 3. If we can close like this in 8 hours and 25 minutes, this would say to me that we are potentially in for a pullback of some sort. You can see here I've outlined some support there as well, resistance. Price is currently squeezed within here. If we can close below this blue line right here, then I do believe we can come into there at least, retest that, and sort of test the waters, so to speak, because we could easily find our feet right there as well to continue price going higher. So there is that. If we want to continue down, we have got areas down in the leg right here. We've got that daily imbalance that we spoke about in a previous live session. So that's still open. right there, right at the bottom. So 192, sort of 193 to be honest, 193 round psychological number right there as well. So that's pretty much it, what I'm looking at on GJ. I've just marked on this area on the 4 hour, what price is reacting from. So this 4 hour tweezer bodies right here, you can see prices come into that. Typically what I'd be looking for is a long setup from here. So just following the 4 hour structure, the 4 hour is still bullish. The 4 hour is still bullish, the daily is still bullish. So from that low to the high, we've achieved discount. From that low to the high, we've now achieved a discount. Okay, from the low to the high right there, look. So we've achieved that discount price. So we could actually reverse from here. I'm not going to get involved in it though. I'm just going to see how this plays out. We've got that as well, which price could come and retest. So those two bodies right there, which would also align within a discount of that bullish leg. If we do form a 3-pin pattern at this daily support level, then that could be a very, very nice opportunity to go long. The only thing that would be on my mind is the fact that we've got this 4 hour imbalance below this liquidity point, but that's not to say we can't still see some sort of move to the upside out of here. So again, just monitoring this one. There is many areas which we can react from. We've got number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5. Okay, because like I said, we're still bullish. So just because we've had this strong push down doesn't necessarily mean anything unless structure starts to be broken. Okay, so that's pretty much GJ. That's what I'm looking for on this. Okay, let's just go into the hourly just a moment. Just need to double check something. Okay, cool. Okay, just had to modify something there. Yes, that's pretty much it for GJ. Let's look at GU. Perfect. So GU's broken below these lows. This is what we was anticipating. If we go to the 4 hour time frame, you can see right here. Okay, liquidity. Very, very clear to see. Not only that, the reason why I was looking at these lows being broken is because the DXY was bullish and is bullish. So with that in mind, I sort of transferred that over to here. And although on the 4 hour time frame there wasn't any break of structure to the downside like there was on the dollar, when price was trading around here, I mentioned it in yesterday's live session, there was a potential buy setup happening, but I was very, very wary of the fact that the dollar was bullish. So why would you go against that? So this is what's now happened. Obviously, the dollar has continued to be bullish, which has brought this back down to take out these lows as liquidity. So we've got 1, 2, 3, even got that there. Okay, 4. So from a daily perspective, once more, we can see that this is the area in which I'm looking at price to revisit. So 1.25618. Simply put, it's them two bodies bringing it through. You can see that was respected once more by these daily candles. Price comes through. Okay, and we've also created a daily imbalance right there as well, which is also within the discount. So that's what I'm looking at for price to come down into. If we come down into a discount, that would be a phenomenal place to buy GBP USD anywhere within here, because we've got that to contend with, and we've also got the 618 extension of this Fibonacci aligning with the monthly imbalance. So if you go back to the monthly, you can see that right there. Okay, you can see here as well, just to recap the monthly levels, I've got monthly resistance right here. Was expecting some sort of reaction. We are doing that, but it's not going to react from here forever. At one point in time, there is going to be a closure above. So we've had a reaction, number 1. Number 2, this could just be a catalyst for a pullback to then push price higher, because on a monthly, we're coming out of this monthly imbalance as well. Okay, So that's what I'm looking at right there. On the weekly, there is that weekly imbalance there too. There is that there as well, which could easily be used for some sort of reaction, but I would prefer to see this come into a discount, just so it would align with my thought process and analysis, because I don't really like to buy an asset when it's not in a discount. I don't like to sell an asset when it's not in a premium. That's just the rules that I go by as a trader more than anything. It's not to say that trades that don't come in a discount won't work out, or don't come into a premium don't work out, but it's just, you know, part of my rule set. Okay. So that's that. Looking at the 4-hour time frame, in 18 minutes you can see this 4-hour candle is going to close. If it closes below there, which it looks like it is going to do, then that would be a 4-hour break of structure, at which point we could start looking to sell this down into there potentially. Because if we have some sort of pullback into here, price, remember this is the area which I'm looking at, and also we've got a 618 extension alignment beautifully there. Whether that's a coincidence or not, who knows, but that could be a great opportunity to sell within a premium to take it down into there. If we do get that leg to the upside, we could just plummet, completely. Both are possible. Obviously, the market likes to move in waves, so we'll have to see what happens with that one. Yeah, like I said, the fact that that aligns with the daily is very, very nice, and that's also within the discount of that 618 extension of that leg down. So let's keep an eye on that one. If we do pull back into a premium, what I'd just like to do is just put that back on there a moment. My charts are getting a little bit messy. I'd like to clean these up a little bit, to be honest. Let me take that off. So we've got that there. Let's assume that is the low that's printed. Obviously it could come down lower, but let's assume that is the low. Then we're going to go into the daily. I'm going to look at some sort of level of resistance. What can we see? That right there. I'm also going to go to the weekly, just for reference. Now we've got that weekly level right there. So from a weekly perspective, you can see how and why these body areas are very, very important in my opinion, because you can see what price is reacting from. It's the open and closes of, in this case, the weekly time frame. Pinpoint accuracy comes back down, reacts from this one as well. So they're sort of like barriers. That's a good way to explain it. And also down here, so from a weekly standpoint, we've got that area right there from a weekly bodies, used as support, breaks through, used as resistance, breaks through, could be used as support. I just want to go to the daily and see if that daily level aligns with that. Yeah, so look at that. We've got a daily level of support that we spoke about right there. Look, those two bodies, and it also comes close to that weekly level, which also aligns better with that 618 extension, which is interesting. So yeah, some nice areas at which we could find our feet at within here. And if we do form some sort of 3-pin pattern down at these lows, this would be a phenomenal buy to take it up to equal highs at least, and then following on from there, target that high, target the imbalance right there. One thing to keep note of as well, we've got daily imbalance just there. So if we are in a long position from down here, this area right here could be used as a pullback. So you could be taking profits at that area, however you wanted to sort of play that. That's pretty much it. It is looking a bit messy at the moment, but we know what we're doing. We're breaking down off of this monthly resistance, the weekly resistance. Potential 4-hour structure is going bearish. We've got a daily leg to the upside, which has failed to achieve a pullback as of yet. which is why it potentially might make sense why the 4 hour is just broken structure to potentially reach down into here or wherever within this discount, in fact, because we've got this daily imbalance there as well. But to basically push price down into here, find the reversal pattern, and away we go. That's what I'm anticipating for this. Okay. So let's just take that away. Not relevant. Take that away. Not relevant. I'm going to leave that daily level on right there because that is relevant, because that's already been printed. So that's GU. That's GU. Just going to open Discord a moment. Let's move on to euro dollar. So euro dollar, if we just scope out to the 12-month time frame, if we remember, we've come into this yearly support handle. These two bodies, the open and close, or the close and the open of these two yearly candles, we've now come into that. What we do have as well is that right there, which I'm going to mark on. Just going to copy and paste that over to here, because we've got another level right there. So we could come and retest that once more. Okay, just using the same concepts but on a higher time frame right now. And then on the monthly, you can see that our price came into that lower one and just reacted from it, and now we're in this higher one. So from a monthly standpoint, what I can also mark on is the fact that this closed above this right there. So this monthly body closed above there. Price has done what after that? And before we get into that, look at the momentum to the upside, even in these 2 months. So this was November 2023, December 2023, and then the whole of 2024 has just been a pullback, essentially, so far. 3-pin pattern on the monthly there as well. One thing I am wary of is this. I keep saying it time and time again, but I'm still wary of that fact that, you know, that is still out in the open. This monthly imbalance right there with liquidity above, technically. So I'm just going to leave that on there. Weekly, so you can see we're retesting back into this yearly support. The weekly candles, we had the two bodies right there. So the open and close of the previous 2 weeks. Price came into that beautifully, rejected it, and came back down. One area I'm going to mark on right now is this. Okay. These two weekly bodies. And we've also got monthly support down here as well, which if we go to the monthly, is very, very visible. So you've got bodies being used, bodies being respected. So we've got many levels of support around this region. So, you know, whichever price decides to actually react from, who knows? But obviously the main premise is the entry model. If the entry model's there, then we're going to take the trade. Doesn't matter where it technically sets up. What I'm going to mark on as well, so going down into the daily, what we can see is this right here. I'm just going to mark that on. I'm going to take that. I'm going to leave that on. I was going to take it off, but we've got news coming out at 3 PM today, which is in an hour and 10 minutes. So obviously, currently, this candle is looking like it's going to close below this support line. But we could easily just wick up. Therefore, this would be respected because we're paying attention to the candle body closures. Okay, the candle bodies. So that's the next level of support for this. From a daily standpoint, you've got two bodies right there. So 1.066661. However, on a 4 hour, this is printed 4 hour bearish structure. So in that respect, you know, we could be doing something like that, potentially achieve another premium. Could be on the cards. We've got areas to the downside to come and fill if that is the case, because we've got that monthly area right there. And you've also got the daily bearish structure, so following those blue dots, high, low, lower high, lower low, potential lower high. But the only thing sort of disregarding that theory is the fact that we're coming into yearly support once more, because we're actually tapped into that again. So we'll see what happens with that. Let's move on to, let's go USD CAD, and then what we'll do on the second live stream this afternoon, we'll go through DXY once more, and then silver, and then gold. So USD CAD, going from the monthly down into the weekly. So first of all, let's start on the monthly. So on the monthly time frame, you can see that we're using this monthly resistance that was created the last couple of months. So again, using the bodies, you got the close and the open of these candles. Price is wicked into it. So what price could do from here is it could use this to move to the downside. It really, really could. So from a weekly perspective, to the downside, what we do have is this monthly support, which also aligns with the weekly imbalance just above. So monthly candles, you've got the closure and the open here, two bodies next to each other. Going down into the weekly, strong candle last week, very, very strong candle, taking out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks of data in 1 week. So you can see the momentum is still to the upside. We can see that clear as day. And also, what price has reacted from this week, from a support standpoint, is this. Two bodies next to each other. You've got the closure, open, tweezer body, bringing it through. Prices come into that perfectly and then spring to the upside. On the daily, it's done a similar thing, using daily bodies as well, which I'll show you on the hourly time frame and the 4 hour. But you can see that daily structure, bullish, a low, high, low, high, higher, low, higher, high. Price has then done what? Achieved a discount of that. So from the low to the high, price has achieved discount prices. We've got the weekly level of support sitting in the center of the 50 and 618 area. So prices basically just kissed that and moved away. And going into this daily support, you can see here on the 4 hour, as price moved away from this weekly area, it was then dragged back down to this daily area, and then price moved away. So you can see again how using this methodology of marking up the charts can really paint a clear picture, because you're basically taking the higher time frame levels of support and resistance. It's essentially like the floors and the ceilings of where price can bump its head, find its feet, what it's reacting to, and coupling all of that with market structure and premium discounts, the Fibonacci tool in other words, and obviously the entry model, which primarily 3-pin patterns, keeping it nice and simple. So out of here, this was a entry that I spoke about in a previous live session. There was a 3-pin pattern right there targeting that high, which would have hit TP. So 1 to 3 right there. Very, very nice. So that's pretty much it for this. We could continue higher very, very easily. If we just relate this back to the dollar, we are in an area for a catalyst for a pullback. So if we do pull back, then it would make sense, because technically now the daily on USD CAD is at a resistance. right there, look, 2 daily bodies. So we'll have to see what happens with this. We're also at monthly resistance. Don't forget what we've just spoken about. Take this off the daily. What we've just spoken about is this red line. How price has just come into this. Because this is fresh. This was created the last couple of months. So this has just come into there fresh. It used it there once. Came down. It's come back into here. Okay. So could be a potential nice short actually out of here. Because you've got that higher time frame area. So if we were to take a short from there, that could have been an entry right there, to be honest. You've got 3 pin, 10 pips above the high. Maybe target down here. You've got daily bodies, 4-hour wise. Looks like a 4-hour imbalance right there as well. Oh, sorry, wrong one. Yeah, we've got a 4-hour imbalance there as well. So if you targeted that, you'd be looking at a 2.36 to 1. It's not the most, amazing risk to reward ratio, but it's there. I wouldn't really want to take that anyway, just because we are bullish, so there's no point of going against the trend. It's just the fact that we're coming out of that monthly resistance, but doesn't really mean anything. With, coupling that with the structure. If we were bearish and we had a monthly resistance, then yeah, you've got more reason to take a trade going short. But yeah, that wraps this live session up. So what we'll do, I'll cut this off here and we'll go over gold and silver in the second live session of this afternoon, which will be at 3:30 p.m. So thank you for watching. Trade safe, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you guys. Take care.